We're Advanced Power. I'm Estefania Galeano, and today my class is about regular verbs in their past tense. As we already know, most of verbs in English are considered to be regular. But really, what makes a verb regular? Well, these kind of verbs follow a repetitive pattern which allows them to transform into different tenses. So as long as a verb follows this pattern, it is considered to be regular. I think it is better explained by the board. We have the infinitive form of a verb, could be play, which indeed, oh my god, okay, which indeed it's a regular verb, and for it to transform into past or past participle tense, we only need to add up 2 letters, ed. Okay? As we can clearly observe, the grammar of regular verbs is not that hard. So what is complicated about regular verbs? Well, the trouble starts with spoken English. Because of why? Because the main point. Pronunciation, okay? And why is that? Well, it happens that even though regular verbs have this main point in common, and it is really easy, the thing is that they have 3 pronunciations available for them. So our main point today is to explain how to determine whether a verb is pronunciated one way or another. So the pronunciations are T sound at the end, D sound at the end, and finally ID sound at the end. So now that we've settled down this as an introduction, we could start explaining the reason of these changes. Why does the sound change, to be more clear? Well, for this I have an exercise for you guys, and I hope you do it. I need you to place 1 or 2 of your fingers in front of your neck. And now you need to repeat the following words really slowly, so you can really feel what is happening within your cords. So let's do it. Fake, vow, snake, zebra. Probably you could notice that when you pronounced vow and when you pronounced zebra, the first letter made your cords sound, vibrate. This is a phenomenon known as voiced sounds, okay? On the contrary, when you pronounced fake and snake, the first letter didn't make any vibration within your cords. So that is known as voiceless sounds. So these 2 phenomena exist within verbs because they are words, basically. So this is the reason why there are 3 pronunciations, depending on whether the final sound is voiced or voiceless. Let's start now, finally, with the rules. When do we get the T sound at the end? The T sound, okay, final sound at the end, right? Well, let's write up. T. Okay, that's a voiceless sound. So, verbs are, I think I've said so many times, so sorry. So. Okay, it's a voiceless sound. That means that it's going to be accompanied with verbs that end up in a voiceless sound too. These are the letters that could be mentioned in voiceless sound. Why letters? Well, we don't need to take on count the letters, but the sound of that letter, okay? We have CH, SH, CH, P, K, then we have F, right? TH, and finally S. All of them are voiceless sounds. So let's go with a few examples, and well, just wait for it, it's going to appear. So these are a few examples I wrote magically that are related to the sounds we said. we have the P in popped. Okay? So the pronunciation for the regular verb in its past tense is popped. Okay? Then we have K, talked, talked. TH sound, rud, rud. The F sound. Okay, this is a clear example of why do we need to keep the sound as the principal thing, because here there's no F obviously, but the sound of laugh is an F, which is voiceless, laugh. Okay, so it is said as laughed, okay, with a T at the end. The S, kissed, kissed. Brushed, brushed. Reached, reached. Alright, so as it is quite clear here, we need to take account sounds, and I'm gonna repeat it because it is usually confusing, because they are sounds GH that are pronounced not with a T but with a D and an ID. So it is important for you to notice the sound so you can determine whether it's a T, a D, or an ID at the end. Okay? So let's go to the D explanation. When is the final sound of our regular verbs? Well, let's write up D. That's it. We determined that D is a voiced sound. Has a voiced sound, which means that regular verbs that end up with a voiced sound are going to be pronounced with a D in the past and past participle tense. These sounds are attached to the following. Okay? These are our sounds considered to be voiced, and that are going to be the determinant factor for it to be a D in the final sound. So let's watch the examples. Again, magic of technology. Here are our examples of each one of the sounds already explained. We have the B for bobbed, okay, then the G for begged, V for loved. Another example of why do we need to take account only the sounds. I'm repeating this because it is confusing, okay? Rised. The G, bridged. M, claimed. N, vanned. N, G, vanged. L, rolled. And finally R, cleared. Okay? So let's go with the final sound of all. Well, the final sound, okay? And for the end of our lesson, we have finally arrived to the final sound of ID. Right? So it is simpler than any of the other ones because it is simply for the verbs that finished in a D or in a T sound. Okay? So the ID can be also pronounced as an ED. Finally, it is attached to the grammar. So the examples are going to appear magically, so just wait. So here we are, the examples. With T we have visited, edited, and with D, ended and breaded. Okay, so that's probably all. I hope this lesson was helpful for you and your English. Thank you for being present here with me, the camera and the computer. And well, that's it.